96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation.
A FedEx employee.
Foundation.
The Foundation of Hearts Grant is brought to you by Alive, the Bahamas Association of FX Associations, Bar for Bones, Burger King, Commonwealth Bank, Doctors Hospital, Grab Bahama News, Barco's Pizza, Prince Masters, and Ron's Electric Motors.
Foundation. The Foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company. The Foundation. Beautiful Thursday. Live and in full effect. The sun's come out tomorrow. It's out today. Beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're good. The streets are still a little wet, so watch where you're driving. If you get in your car washed, don't be mad. The people splash up the water on you. You decided to put all the extra shine on your tire today, and the road's still wet. Get yourself decent. Guys, a beautiful day. I want you guys to be able to join me in conversation on the second hour. The first hour, we have a beautiful segment to be able to talk about Men's Health Month, the continuation of that. And today we're going to be able to talk about sickle cell anemia. But before I dive into that, I got to be able to shout out my good, decent people over at Da Vinci Printing and Innovators. They got everything laid out for you. If you're looking to be able to make that thing in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit pop, that's sort of an idea that you have, you wanted to pop on paper, it seems a little bit confusing now, go down there to Da Vinci Printing and Innovators. They can be able to assist you with graphic design, with proper printing, with proper structure, and assist you even if it's a book or an idea that you want to be able to bring to life. DaVinciPrintingInnovators.com, Da Vinci Printing 242, DaVinciPrinting242.com. They can be able to assist you in those particular areas. Make sure that you get all the information. Just let them know that Howard Grant sent you down there. From the Foundation, they are on the Village Road Shopping Plaza, right there on Burnett Road, Wolf Road, Village Road, Soldier Road at the intersection right there. Da Vinci Printing and Innovators, they get everything available for you. Also, check out my good, decent people over at AFS Insurance Agents and Brokers. They got everything laid out for you. If you're in the market for insurance, if you're looking for something like that, you got to go to check them out. 341-1-AFS, 341-1-AFS. If you are looking for something in terms of, so for your bulk cars, you get a couple cars, you got your SDs, your taxis, your jitneys, so forth and so on. You got to go down there and check them out. They got in-house financing. They're open 9 to 5 and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. So make sure you check them out. 341-1-AFS on Blue Hill Road South, number 407, right? Guys, make sure you pick up your Guardian newspaper. Today, we always have this kind of a decent conversation on Thursdays. As we touch the paper, we realize its weight, its girth. We realize we get more supplements in the paper because it's Thursday, right? And on Thursday, we always acknowledge and identify the persons who've actually transitioned in our society, in our community, our loved ones who are no longer here with us. So you can be able to pick up the paper and see that and identify those particular persons. If you're anything like my grandmother, we start to talk old story. I remember when I first see these people coming down the Nassau Dragon slippers. My God, they did well, eh? Right? So you look at these particular things and have good conversations about that. But if you're in the kind of a space that you had one of these persons transition, a loved one, a brother, a sister, a mother, a aunt, a husband, a wife, and you're looking for someone to be able to capture their life, their essence, in the character and the personality that existed in that particular space, I always say to you, go down to my good, decent people over at Butler's Funeral Homes and Crematorium. They can be able to take very, very, very good care of you. Just let them know that Howard Grant sent you down there. Go down there. They can help you with the bereaved family in this kind of a transitional period to be able to have someone to talk with. They are truly professional. They're on Ernest and York Street, but you could find them in the book, any of these particular places. That's Butler's Funeral Home and Crematorium. Guys, it's a beautiful day. In the studio with us is none other than Doctor's Hospital. I want to be able to play this segment for you for Doctor's Hospital.
This segment is brought to you by Doctors Hospital. At Doctors Hospital, we care. Real strength means taking care of your health. This Men's Health Month, visit Doctors Hospital for expert primary care and life-saving specialist visits. Schedule your screening today. Your health.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that is Doctors Hospital. Really grateful for them to being able to identify this month more specifically and being able to bring these conversations to the forefront. Last week, we had very good conversations, and being able to talk more specifically about mental health. Today, we're going to talk about sickle cell anemia. We're going to talk about anemia. We're going to talk about with none other than Dr. Danielle Williamson being able to talk to us. Dr. Williamson, say good afternoon to the people out there.
Good afternoon, Nassau. Good afternoon, the Bahamas. How is everybody doing?
We fine. You can't hear them, right? But they're good out there. So talk to me about it. Introduce yourself. Let persons know who you are and the area of expertise that you have.
Okay, so I work with Doctors Hospital in our primary care clinics. So these are our outpatient clinics that focus on primary care. I'm one of the general practitioners, and I work with a group of family medicine doctors, and we are responsible for basically taking care of the family and those primary healthcare needs. Most importantly, prevention of diseases and to bring awareness of those chronic illnesses like sickle cell disease.
Now, I want to talk to you about sickle cell. This has been foreign in our society. Let me say this. My daughter came to me, right? I have a 16-year-old. She's getting in the 12th grade. She came to me, she said, Daddy, it's an amazing thing. When you start to have conversations with people, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know any of these particular things. So I guess she was just kind of explaining how she didn't feel well or she was sick or something like that. And her friend, whoever this person was, started to tell her that they had sickle cell. And she said, sickle cell? And she was blown away because in her mind, this doesn't exist. In her mind, this is something that we see on a screen and it's afar off from us. But right here in our community, there are a lot of persons who kind of grapple with sickle cell anemia. Talk to me about what this disease is, what this discomfort is in the body, how it comes about. Talk to me about whether or not you are more prone or exposed to getting it depending on who you are and so forth and so on. Let persons know exactly what it is.
Okay, sickle cell disease or sickle cell anemia is actually a group of inherited genetic disorders. And I say it's a group because it involves abnormalities in the hemoglobin that exists in our red blood cells. Now, with that said, though, there is one common type, and that one is called HBSS or hemoglobin SS disease. Now, the majority of the persons who have sickle cell are of African descent.
Oh, this is heavy what you're saying right here.
Because it was found initially in the continent of Africa, this disease. So the majority of the persons who have sickle cell disease globally are of African descent. There are a few persons of Mediterranean and Indian descent that have it, but the majority are African descent. Hence why in the Bahamas and the Caribbean at large, there are a lot of people affected with sickle cell
But we don't hear about
anemia.
it enough.
We don't hear about it because for a long time, it has been a stigma. A stigma has been attached to the illness because similar to cancer, similar to HIV, most persons, when they hear this disease or they know they have it or they have a loved one that has it, they feel some sort of shame. And that's because they lack
Education. You don't want to call them ignorant, but it's a lack of education,
Yes.
lack of information. You don't know, and to be able to shame about these things. I had a friend in high school, right? Very good friend of mine. He had transferred from one school to another, and we met in the 10th grade. And when we were in the 10th grade, we were just growing at this time. So he came there and his foot was like a size 14, 15, right? Very good friend of mine. So I said, my God, Jesus, I don't know your name, but I got to call you Footsie, right? So it's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
We turned almost best friends, right? And as time progressed, he said it in this kind of we saw him sick at some point, and we didn't understand was what, right? He would lay down in the classroom and he'd just cry. He couldn't move. He was crying. He had pain. He was going through all these things, and he said to us that he had sickle cells. Talk to us about some of the issues that people suffer as a result of sickle cell anemia.
Okay, so one of the reasons Doctors Hospital is trying to bring more awareness locally about sickle cell is because it affects persons from a young age. So someone who has inherited the disease can begin to manifest illnesses from the age of 6 months.
Are you serious?
From 6 months of age. And most symptoms in infants who are of that age are swelling to the hands and the feet. And that's because the hemoglobin, SS, the abnormal hemoglobin, causes the red blood cells to change shape. So they don't look donut-y in structure, which is their normal structure.
Like how we would see in science class.
Right. They turn and they actually sickle. So, the sickle is a harvesting tool that farmers use to cut grass and corn.
This is a lot what you're saying to me.
Well, crescent. The crescent moon?
No, I know what it is.
Okay.
But it's also, and I don't want to get mad preachy with you, but it's also like what we see, the image of the death angel being able to have. It's a sickle.
Yeah.
To harvest. Mm-hmm. I did not know that is where the core of this thing came from.
And that's why it's called sickle cell.
That is crazy.
Because the cells look like a sickle. So when the cells take this form, they are not crazy. Mobile. They become sticky. They stick together, form clumps, and block off the blood vessels.
So people who are having issues with blood clot issues and clotting in the legs and so forth and so on, they got to take baby aspirin. Do you normally try to be able to find out whether or not they would have sickle cell anemia? Do you look at those elements?
No, only if it's like an infant, like I said, who has swelling of the hands and the feet, or smaller children who can say their hands and feet hurt and they have swelling. The first illness we want to test for is sickle cell in infants. If it's an older person, then they would know whether or not they have sickle cell, especially if they're already an adult, because it's very, very unlikely that someone is born with this illness, and does not know.
So they show. So they show. So you said it normally shows up at 6 months if you have swollen hands or swollen feet, right?
After the infancy stage, small children tend to have a lot of chest pain and chest infections. They have a lot of pain in the arms and the legs. They also can develop a condition where the spleen itself, because these cells don't flow normally through the spleen, because the spleen is a major organ for our immune system, and everything is filtered through the spleen. These cells get trapped in the spleen, and that can cause the spleen to enlarge. And so small children have abdominal pain, their abdomen gets distended, and that is another reason why a lot of parents would take their children to the hospital.
Is there any way? I want to know this just for the purposes of what we've learned about healthcare over the past few years, right? Is there? Okay, so we've seen people grow, right, and then go through significantly traumatic events, right, like COVID-19, and had COVID-19 and really put a shock to the immune system, put a shock to their health system, their circulatory system. And Grammy say you'll have 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot. My God, you got 1 foot in the grave, right? So you go through these particular things that have this shock. And after you seem to kind of recover, you identify that you have one issue that never bothered you before. Then all of a sudden, it's almost like this trauma unearthed some issue beyond, right? And you'd hear somebody in your family say, "Well, your great granddaddy had this also, or this one had that." Is sickle cell like this, or is it always pronounced? Does it ever hide beneath and then come up later on in life, or is it always sort of at the surface and being able to pronounce itself?
Yes, it always manifests in childhood.
It always does that?
It always does, because the cells are abnormal, and they will cause a problem in an organ, in the bone, because of the occlusion or the blockage it causes with blood flow.
You know, it's an amazing thing is that as we're talking like this, the first thing I think about is the fact that you say that this is inherited. So there's no way that you could avoid this. If your mother have it or your father have it, it's a likelihood that you would have it also. How do you know these things beforehand?
So that is a very good question, Howard, because Well, in first world countries, they are promoting genetic counseling, and they also want persons, before they decide to procreate or have children, to know what their status is. So an adult who doesn't know whether or not they have the sickle cell disease, well, they would probably know they have the disease, but let's say the trait, because there's another entity, that's the trait. You can be a carrier of the gene and
And
not
it's just dormant.
and not be ill. Because sickle cell disease
That's
manifests
crazy.
when you have two abnormal hemoglobins. And we get one gene from our mother, one gene from our father. So you can have the trait and be normal, and you may have your wife, she may also have the trait and be normal. But if you now decide to have children, there's a 25% chance that each pregnancy you can have a child who has sickle cell disease, because
So if you got 4 children, and let's say 3 don't have it, 1 got to catch it.
not necessarily. You can have 4 children and all 4 can get it, because with each pregnancy, there's a risk. Because you always have that gene that you can give to your child.
So essentially, it will show up.
yeah,
It will show up.
it will, but it also may not. Like there are some families in the Bahamas where there are like 4 or 5 children. Both parents have the trait, so they're not ill. They're just carriers, the parents. But out of 4 of those 5 children have the full-blown disease, because it just so happened at that moment in time when that mother conceived, both of the parents donated the abnormal gene to that child. And then you can have a set of parents who have the trait, and all of their children can be normal, because at that moment in time, when the sperm fused with that egg, normal genes were passed. So there's always a risk.
And the doctor would actually tell you this. You go to your OBGYN, you find out this information.
And this is if you are interested in knowing. Now, in the case
You
of
gotta
your
be
daughter,
interested. My God.
your daughter, she never heard about sickle cell.
No, she heard of it,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like, okay, so I went off to Colorado. I lived in Colorado, and then I start to hear about multiple sclerosis, right? Now, we hear about these things, right? We read about these things. We understand that this exists, but we don't necessarily see it in our society, right? And even if it exists in our society, people don't walk around and say, well, I got MSA. Nobody talks about their issues. So when someone actually comes to because this is a different dispensation we're living in, when someone comes to the forefront and say, well, I'm wrestling with this or I'm wrestling with that, I think that's what took her back, right?
Okay.
Because not a lot of persons are talking about it, right? And if it wasn't for my good friend when I was young, being able to see and then seeing him dealing with this every single day, I would know. When we find out about these things? When some young person's name is on social media, or we have in a south side or a cookout, or we need blood for these particular persons.
Yes.
That we just did not know these things, you see? So how do we now take the stigma and the shame off of being able to talk about these issues to bring more education of how we can be able to deal with this?
Yeah, so I think it has to start at a national level and at the level of primary care, especially when we have mothers who are pregnant, and that's the best time to capture and to have that conversation. And the Ministry of Health through PHA have been doing that, because all mothers who are pregnant, they have to be screened for sickle cell,
That's heavy what you're saying to me.
so that they know if they have a risk of passing it to their offspring.
So that's what the doctor required when my wife was pregnant. She needed all this blood work and so forth.
Yeah,
and
so
on
one of
prior.
those tests was the sickle cell screening test.
So I guess he can talk about it if it exists, but he ain't never say nothing.
And now he didn't say anything?
I mean, not because it didn't exist.
Right.
So there wasn't a conversation to talk about these particular things that they're looking for.
Now, if it existed, then there would have been more conversation.
Right.
Then the OBGYN would have asked, okay, what is the status of the father? And then a conversation could be held with the father, and then you sit down
And have
with
a
the
kind of
couple and have
conversation.
that conversation. Okay, this is the risk of the child being born with the disease. And then after birth, so nationally, we don't have a program where we screen the newborns, not as yet, but screening does exist in the country, and it can be done at a cost. Most private pediatricians would do it, and depending on an infant presenting to the hospital, with swollen hands, swollen feet. The parents have no idea that sickle cell exists in their family. Then that special test can be done on that infant.
To be able to identify whether or not they have.
If they have sickle cell.
So it wouldn't show
anemia.
up first month, second month, third month.
Not necessarily.
But by the sixth
by
month.
6 months, usually there's some symptom.
Okay, so talk to me about this now. When my wife was pregnant, we had 4 children, actually, right? We had 4 children. I think that's it for now, right? So when she was pregnant, our doctor here in Nassau, not necessarily in Freeport, the first time we went to a doctor here in Nassau, very good doctor. I mean, he blew my mind. We still continue to be able to go to him. And he said, okay, we want to be able to check for a few things, right? And so you check for all these things. You say, you got to take this shot, you got to take this shot, all these things like that. But there was a shot that I cannot remember. I'm sure my wife can text me and tell me what it is. There was a shot or there was something that she could have done that cost a pretty penny. But it was to ensure that the baby didn't have Down syndrome, or it was to ensure that the baby didn't, or to avoid these. It was something like this, right? And I said, oh my God, what is this? I never heard of this before. He says, well, there's the chance that in the event that the baby is here, that the baby may have these particular symptoms, and you can't do nothing but it then. I said, well, to check to see if the baby had Down syndrome.
Yes.
That's what it was,
Yes.
right? It was to check,
Yes.
right? So
We're
I said,
talking about the harmony test.
that's harmony test. That's
Yes,
what it was,
yeah.
right?
A couple thousands of dollars.
I said, Doc, we can take the harmony test. Ain't no harmony in this one. Me and him talking, right? So he said, Howard, is to check to see whether or not the baby has Down syndrome or any of these particular things. I said, well, Doc, is there any way to prevent it? He said, no. I said, so what are we checking for? This is my question to him. I just want to be decent, right? I said, what are we checking for? If we can't avoid it, we can't prevent it, if we can't fix it, we just check it to test it. So now you can stress me out the whole pregnancy to figure out how to prepare.
Yes.
He said, Howard, this is what it's for. So I want to ask you, is there any way that we could be able to check for this pre-birth? Is there any way that we can be able to, beyond the fact that the mother may have it, beyond the fact that the father may have it, is there any way to check for it to see if it'll be dormant in this child or active in this child before birth?
Yes, there are some special tests, and I think they use amniocentesis. So that's a procedure where the obstetrician obtains amniotic fluid while the mother is still pregnant, and that fluid can be tested for sickle cell disease, and then the parent will know beforehand.
This is from the
from the water bag.
from the water bag.
Yeah.
And you make a determination as to whatever's in the water bag, you can be able to deduce that and identify if the baby have these particular traits.
Yes.
And say, okay, so these are some of the things. It may not show up for about 6 months, but this is some of the
This
things
is
that we're
something that you may
we can look for.
Yeah. And in first world countries, all of this is done so that with counseling, so the parent has options.
That's heavy what you're saying.
So
The one thing that popped out to me is first world. That means technology, that means access to proper health care, that means information, that means education, that means a lot of things from a formal standpoint. We're still dealing with the sort of an idea that, we can let God deal with it.
Yeah.
So we're transitioning and hopefully trying to get to this first world status. But us, let's say third world status, developing status, how do we now deal with this? How do we identify this? We may not necessarily have the finances to deal with this and to be able to ensure that the baby has the kind of health and the care that he or she needs to be able to survive and have sort of a normal life. What do we do as parents who trying to be able to squeeze a couple dollars together to ensure that we can give the best to our kids?
Well, it will encompass a lot of education on our part as parents. And with respect to sickle cell disease, like you said, a lot of us don't know about it. A lot of people don't know about it, mostly because if it doesn't affect a particular family, so most persons won't be aware. The families that are affected, though, family members who see other family members suffer the complications, even death, loss of a loved one, they are more sensitized to how grave this disease can be.
Wow.
And so, I spent some time in the sickle cell clinic at PMH, and we did a lot of counseling there as well.
Wow.
We urge parents of children.
Were some parents blown away, like, oh my God, I didn't even know? Do you hear that? or people they know. Okay,
Yeah.
I knew my baby
Yeah,
was
they
going to
know
have this.
because they know somebody in their lineage had it somewhere, the trait or the full bloom disease.
Now,
and then a lot of times the mothers who have the full bloom disease, OBGYN doctors, pediatricians try to counsel them and talk to them about future pregnancies. They try to talk to them about making sure their partner is
They
screened.
try to talk them out of it.
Well, help them to be more aware because it is this illness is so life altering.
That's what I want to know.
It's very
Sometimes it feels like it's unfair to the child,
yeah.
right? Sometimes it feels like, okay, so you're in love with this man or you're in love with this woman, and you're getting kissed on your neck all the time, and you just, you're getting hot and heavy, right? Praise God, you're getting hot and heavy. You want to get married, right? What do people say? So marry, right?
That's
So
right.
get married, right?
Right.
Now you jump the broom, you're then hot and heavy, but Grammy and everyone knows that you had this particular issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know you had this issue, but you yourself don't want to be deprived of being able to live this
Yeah.
life. What is your position?
Yes.
What is your position in your healthcare perspective to being able to say, do we engage? Do we procreate? Do we bring this into another life? From that vantage point, do you say that this is really unfair because we don't have the elements to be able to treat, especially in the third world, this particular child? I think these are the very strong conversations.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're deal breakers for people because love heavy.
Yes, it is heavy.
Love heavy.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. And as healthcare providers, our role and goal is to just make sure that particular couple is educated and they are fully aware of
You know
what
what
could
you're getting
potentially
into.
happen. Yeah.
know
And
what
then
you're getting into.
and if they do end up with a child that has sickle cell, then we're there to support and to give care when it's needed.
My God. So that could turn into
Yeah.
a stressful thing very quickly if you're not educated and you're not prepared to be able to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Williamson, I want you to be able to stay with us. Guys, I got to take this quick commercial break. Let me get right back after this.
Foundation.
Looking for a breakfast that will wake up your taste buds and kickstart your day? Well, Burger King Nassau has got you covered with the new Angry Croissantwich. Made with fluffy eggs, melted cheese, jalapenos, a spicy sauce, and your choice of ham, sausage, or bacon on a warm croissant. Make it a combo and add our signature hash browns and your choice of coffee, tea, or orange juice for a great way to start your day. Spice up your breakfast with the new Angry Croissantwich combo only at Burger King Nassau.
Looking for great device deals and offers this summer? Look no further. Alive has special discounts on the latest smartphones, Ring devices, and accessories. Plus, as an Alive customer, you can expect exclusive Get Extra offers and rewards, which means even more value for your money. We're talking more data, prizes, and surprises. Upgrade with us and experience the perfect summer with Alive in store or at bealive.com/deal.
Experience the immediate care you deserve at Doctors Hospital Urgent Care. When emergency strikes, trust our expert physicians for fast, quality care. With extended hours and cutting-edge medical technology, we're always ready to serve you. Don't wait or take risks with your health. Visit our urgent care suite at Doctors Hospital West on Blake Road for immediate, trusted, and best care.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Granier Company here with Doctors Hospital, being able to bring us information about Men's Health Month. More specifically, today we're having talks and good conversation with none other than Dr. Danielle Williamson about sickle cell anemia. Now, we got a lot of information. We found out that the blood is no longer donut shape. It's shaped as a sickle. We found out that it's inherited. We found out that it's identified as the HBSS, all these particular syndromes and diseases and whatnot. And we found that most times it pops up in kids with swollen hands and feet at around 6 months of age. Now, we went into a kind of a conversation for me, because we live in a very small society, right? And if you see a little sweet thing in the can and you start cutting up with her, right? You don't really look to say, let me see your hand, let me see if you swell up, girl. How you back feeling? You all right, right? We don't ask these questions, right? All we want to know, girl, you smell good. My God, I'm ready to marry today, right? And so you get in these relationships, and the only thing that many of us in our society, many of us in the society of a developing country, our care and concern is whether or not what has been commercialized, what has been amplified for the things for us to be able to look at. So we're more concerned about whether or not we could catch STD than what exists in your body inherently from that particular standpoint. So talk to me about being able to identify those things. Talk to me about the transparency in conversation. Can we say this? Before I didn't fall head over heel, over shoulder, and deep, deep, deep in love with you, and don't care what happened, whatever you got, girl, we got today, right? This kind of a concept and idea. Before we get there, is there a space from an educational standpoint where there is transparency and conversation to this potential partner? Do you encourage that? Hey, listen, you should say to your potential husband, your lover, so forth and so on, that these are some of the things that you're grappling with. You know that we've been dealing with you from you were 6 months old. You never tell the man this? My God. You think it's fair to be able I just want to talk like this. I just want to know whether or not that is there an encouraging of transparency in this space to be able to ensure that we don't expand what we're seeing here?
Yes, there is. Anyone who has an illness that can be passed on to a loved one or even to an offspring, we do encourage that conversation. We do encourage women and men.
But I was transparent with my wife. I said, listen, baby, more than likely one of your children will be fat. I just try to let her know. So I say that to say that we got to be able to be honest about a lot of the things that we're having in our society. I think a lot of persons grapple with one level, one disease or another. I think we're seeing in our society where persons who are, predisposed rather to cancer and these sort of aggressive elements of cancer, there has to be an honest conversation. Yeah. There has to be, hey, listen, your great-grandmother had breast cancer. We didn't understand it. Your grandmother had these same issues. Mommy having these issues. Now you're at a juncture where you, and the age where it could be able to become active, you have to make a decision whether or not you want to be able to have a mastectomy, so forth and so on. Are these the real kind of conversations that we're having in our society, or we just shut up until it's time for you to transition on your deathbed? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so the conversations are being held. I know in the primary care level, we do have these conversations with our patients to encourage them to have the conversation with their loved ones. A lot of times persons are reluctant and they're fearful, even though they're in relationships that they describe as meaningful. They feel as if they love their partner. They feel as if their partner loves them. But most times persons are fearful for various reasons. They're afraid of the stigma. They're afraid that, okay, yes, even though he loves me or she loves me, they may not want to be with me. But, I
feel like it may be a deal breaker.
It may be a deal breaker. But I always encourage my patients, especially the young adults especially, if you are with someone and you know you love that person, you will be honest, and you just need to pray and hope that they really love you, to accept you and the fact that you are honest with them.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we end up with a lot of problems, because there's fear, lack of trust, and the relationships aren't really and truly a relationship where they truly love one another.
I want to talk to you like this now. So we've gotten these things out the way. In 1981, with the introduction of World AIDS Day, right? A lot of persons, how about where you getting with this? Just let me go. Just listen. 1981, December, with the introduction of World AIDS Day, and sort of the perpetuation of conversation, especially among young people, about who's going to have AIDS and who doesn't, so forth and so on. So many persons dying. There was a very quiet expectation or even pronounced, depending on what community you were part of. But there was a quiet expectation that man would come up with some sort of a treatment, some sort of remedy, some sort of an answer to what actually we faced for a very long time. There has been an extension of treatment. There's been an extension of life and an opportunity for people to live normal lives with this sort of an understanding that you still have this. I want to ask you the exact same thing about sickle cell anemia, whether or not there has been sort of a cure that many of us may not be able to afford right now. We got to go on a long retreat and then in the bush something one, or whether or not there are treatments available to be able to give you the level of life that you seek to live, this sort of involvement and this presence that you want to be able to have despite the fact that you're grappling with this particular disease. Talk to me about treatment. Talk to me about these things.
Okay, so 20, 30 years ago, persons born with sickle cell disease, it was pretty much
a death sentence. Yeah.
But as medical professionals did studies and studied the disease, studied treatments, the guidelines were eventually developed. The mainstay of care, treatment and medical care for sickle cell disease is prevention of the symptoms, prevention of those crises. And the crises usually are just the complication of those sickle cells clumping together and blocking up blood vessels. So parents with young children now are encouraged to ensure that their children remain hydrated. If they are ill with any mild illness, it could be vomiting, diarrhea that can lead to dehydration. They are advised to make sure they stay hydrated. If they can't keep up with the hydration, get them to their healthcare provider.
So almost through trial and error, we found this out. All right, we got to keep these children, we got to keep watering them.
Keep them hydrated.
Because the blood cells are clumping together, and we want to be able to keep. Do you give them like the baby aspirin thing? Do you give them?
No,
you don't do that.
Aspirin has no role in
I was thinking about the
sickling.
fluidity and the flow of the blood. Okay.
No role.
So you talk more specifically about prevention of crisis, right? When it comes to diseases such as HIV, not necessarily the ones that are inherited. If it's in your blood, even if it's dormant, there is a, sort of a fear, or, you're just looking out to see when it pops up. We're talking about those ones that you can be able to interact with. If you're talking about prevention of crisis, there is the main way to be able to abstain from being able to catch an STD. The main avenue is still prevention in terms of no sex at all.
Exactly.
No sex at all, right? Are you saying to me, this is me, I'm just trying to get this understand. Are you saying to me that one of the core preventative measures in terms of being able to bring another life into the world that may be able to be exposed to this ailment, to this disease, right, is not being able to procreate at all? That you could fall in love, but you should just be able to consider whether or not you want to be able to bring. I just want to know. All right, I know that this is a hard conversation to have for persons who are grappling with this disease. I don't want to seem unsensitive or insensitive to those persons who are dealing with this, but for the purposes of edification and information for all of us, how do we now identify this? How do we prevent this to ensure that, because we haven't found a cure for it yet?
So there is a potential cure.
Is it experimental, or is it in that stages?
So bone marrow transplant and stem cell therapy have now come on board recently as a potential cure for sickle cell anemia.
Bone marrow and stem cell.
Yes. Is it offered in the Bahamas? No, not as yet.
Are there persons who can be able to attest to the fact that they've been cured as a result of these particular treatments?
I don't know personally.
No, I mean like globally.
Oh, yes, globally. Absolutely, yeah.
Person said that, I've had the stem cell.
Yeah, research
and I was
is
taking
out
care.
there. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and even before a patient gets to the bone marrow transplantation or stem cell therapy, there's actually a drug called hydroxyurea, which was initially...
Hydroxyurea?
Yes, hydroxyurea. It was initially formulated and studied for the use of the treatment of cancer. But they found, yes, it treats cancer, but it also helps to treat sickle cell disease by decreasing the production of the sickle cell through the increase in the production of another hemoglobin called fetal hemoglobin. And when this drug is taken by patients who have sickle cell anemia, instead of making more HbS, the sickle hemoglobin, these persons or patients produce more HbF, the fetal hemoglobin, which...
It doesn't have the sickle shape.
It doesn't have...
Does it have the regular shape?
It has a regular shape.
This is exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Is this out of reach for persons who are in developing countries?
No, it's available here. It's been available... I think it's even available on the National Prescription Drug Plan.
Now, what does this do? Does this be able to alleviate some of the pangs, the pains,
so
the ailments?
Because fetal hemoglobin is produced in greater quantities than the sickle hemoglobin, then there are less crises, less painful crises, less incidence of acute chest, less strokes.
Are there dosage or microdosage that we can be able to provide for that 6-month-old child? Or is this something that we can only offer after your body has developed to a point?
So it's actually, in the literature, based on guidelines, it should not be given to children less than the age of 2 years old. But if a child less than 2 with sickle cell disease is seeing a specialist, a pediatric hematologist who has sickle cell disease as their specialty, if this particular child at the age less than 2 has suffered so many crises, then that hematologist can make a decision, along with consent of the parent, of course, to implement. Because I think in Canada, they introduced it in some patients less than 2 years old.
The hydroxyurea.
The hydroxyurea. But that child has to be in the care of a pediatric hematologist.
You can't just say, all right.
You can't just go to your
a
regular GP or a regular pediatrician and say...
You remember the ampicillin back in the day would come in a red and black pill?
Yes.
And your mother say, you got something on your chest. Yeah, sprinkle some of this in it. You can't do that.
No.
All right, cool.
No.
All right. This has been a very interesting conversation. I enjoyed this. I really did enjoy this. Right?
I did too.
I feel educated, edified, informed. To have a very clear understanding. When I hear hydroxyurea, the first thing I thought was hydroxycut. You remember hydroxycut?
Yes, I do.
Big people know what I'm talking about. Big people know what I'm talking about, right?
That's why your face lit up.
I know the hydroxy, right? I know the hydroxy, right? So, but this is exciting stuff. Now, tell for all those persons who are looking and who have these sort of issues that popping up and so forth and so on, give them information on how you can be able to contact Doctor's Hospital for more information for any consultation that they need to be able to see someone.
Okay, so at Doctor's Hospital, we have multiple primary care facilities. If you are, maybe you have sickle cell trait, or you may have a family member that has sickle cell and you're not sure about your status, you can actually make an appointment with one of our primary care doctors at our clinic at the Centerville Medical Center. We are also in Carmichael Road and Loudon Clinics. If you want to bypass seeing the doctor, we actually have a special going on right now with our lab for the month of June, and it ends on June 30th. We are offering sickle cell screening tests for adults and children at a low cost of $17 plus VAT. You don't need a requisition or a lab form from the doctor. You can just walk in and request the test, and you can have that test done. And then if you feel, if it's negative, then you have nothing to worry about. But if your screening test comes back positive, then you could go ahead and make an appointment with us.
Let me ask you this question, because people got $20. They could do it, right? But they don't know what are some of the signs in my body that says maybe you should go get tested. Maybe your mother never tell you. Maybe your father is passed away and he had the trait, and your mother is distant from the family, doesn't have the information, but you're showing these particular signs. What are the signs that they can look forward to say, hey, listen, maybe I should go check to see if I have sickle cells before I decide to get pregnant or pregnant this woman up? Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, Sickle cell anemia is most times diagnosed in childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare, very, very rare, almost 0% finding of an adult just finding out, just discovering they have sickle cell anemia or the sickle cell disease. But let's say you don't know, or let's say you're an adolescent or you're just entering your early 20s. So the signs and the symptoms would include a lot of pain, unexplained pain.
Back pain. Jesus.
Leg pain, abdominal pain. If you develop a cold that turns into a severe chest infection, shortness of breath, chest pain. Now, most of the times, those complications in the chest, you will end up in hospital because they can be very, very debilitating. That particular syndrome called acute chest, where the chest is infected in sickle cell, that is the leading cause of death too for a lot of persons. Yeah.
So for $17, if you're having any of these things, if you
And you may
can't
not even
explain
have.
how much Tylenol you take, and Advil, and Cetamol or whatever you take to ensure that you could try to rectify this issue. If you think that you had this kind of relentless cold that is being able to flare up in tune with these things, go down to the Centerville location. Is it Centerville?
We have a lab at Centerville Medical
Lab at Centerville.
Center.
And for
we also have a
$17.
lab at Mackey Street on Blake Road as well.
Okay. You have a website or a number that you want to be able to give out so persons could be able to know exactly what's what?
I also want to say, even if you don't have symptoms, but you've heard a cousin, an auntie, a grandparent talk about, oh yeah, I think we have sickle cell in our family, but I don't know who has it. Even if you are free of symptoms, but you hear a family member talking about somebody, knowing of somebody that has it, get the test. Because you may just have the trait. And you remember, the trait of persons who carry the gene, but they're not ill. So you should know your status so that when you meet your loved one, when you decide to get married, or before you decide to get married, you want to be able to tell your partner, listen.
I like this.
I am a carrier of sickle cell, and ask that partner if they know their status, so you know exactly your risk for your offspring.
Wow.
So you can reach out to us at 427-7749, or you can go on our website, clinics.doctors.com, for more information about our labs and what we're offering.
All right. Dr. Danielle Williamson here being able to talk to us about sickle cell anemia. This has been an invigorating conversation, very informative. I appreciate this. I appreciate the opportunity. Doctors Hospital, I want to thank you so very kindly. Guys, make sure you check them out. It is for less than $18, $17 plus that VAT. You could be able to get that taken care of right now and find out whether or not you're one of the persons who have the trait. 427-7749, 427-749. You could be able to find out more information from them. I got to be able to take this commercial break, get to news, and be right back after this.
Foundation.
Your health is your wealth. Prioritize it this Men's Health Month at Doctors Hospital with comprehensive primary care and specialist screening. Book your appointment now.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
Great news! Ron's Electric Motors' new location on Cowpen Road, right next to Island Luck, is open Saturdays and Sundays. So for those needing repairs on electric motors, generators, welding machines, water pumps, battery chargers, electric lifts, transformers, and power tools, Ron's Cowpen Road location can have you up and running on weekends. Don't forget, you can still visit Ron's Electric Motors on Wolf Road and Claridge Road, and now Ron's new location on Cowpen Road. Dial 356-0249 or 323-5267.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation.
Foundation. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant in your company, The Foundation. It's a beautiful day. I enjoyed that segment. I don't know if you did. I don't know if you had an opportunity to be able to dive into it and see exactly what I really enjoyed, that Dr. Williamson, all the way from Doctor's Hospital, being able to tell us about sickle cell anemia, about, its traits in terms of when it shows up, how you can be able to deal with it at this particular time for this extension of life. When she left off, she started to have this kind of a conversation with us that says that you could still be able to have a life, that there was an expectation at one point that before 20, you may be, cease to exist, right? However, as a result of this hydroxyurea, right? Hydroxyurea, there's an opportunity for you to be able to have a healthy, productive life well into your 50s and 60s. So this is a wonderful thing that you can be able to expose as it relates to. I did not ask her about the cannabis treatment, whether or not this is persons being able to use that from a natural's perspective. There are conversations about that, and persons being able to use that for pain, and persons being able to grapple with those particular things. But what she says, if you have that, make sure that you're staying hydrated, make sure that you're staying in these particular, listen guys, and it's hot now. So if you have that and being able to find those things, it's very important. It's very important that you stay hydrated. One of the last things I wanted to be able to get at, she and I started to have this kind of a conversation as to whether or not there was sort of a bank or information that exists, statistical data information that exists about the amount of persons that have sickle cell anemia in our country. Now, the only reason I ask her this is if we are well over 80% Black nation, African-based nation, and this is a prevalent disease that's actually showing up in Africa. So that means that it's in the Caribbean, it's in Africa, you're going to be able to see it in South Africa, South America, so forth and so on, that this is something that's actually out there. So I wanted to know whether or not there's any statistical data and information that indicates what's what. And she says, well, there's no data right now that we can be able to put our finger on here in this country. But she did give me some stats from Jamaica. And she started to talk to me about the fact that there's 1 in every 53 Jamaican citizens. 1 in every 53 Jamaican citizens have some of exposure or have sickle cell in one way or another. She started to talk about being able to have the trait and then being able to show those particular elements, right? So 1 in every 53 people. Mother's sake, that is crazy. That is wild. If you think about this, and you contrast the number about people who have HIV in our society, let's fix that, not just HIV, who have sexually transmitted diseases in our society, STDs. And you see the interaction of how persons, year after year, you can be able to identify that X amount of people, X amount of 100 people, X amount of 1,000 people have been exposed to one STD or another. It says to me that the only thing that we care about is what exists on the surface. The only thing that you care about as it relates is the pursuit of your pleasure. My God, I just want to be decent. The pursuit of your pleasure. So you don't want to necessarily catch an STD, but you're not giving consideration to what else exists within the confines of another human being's body. Think about that, man. You fall in love, you have all these things, and then boom, you find yourself in this kind of position. Man, that's crazy to me, man. That is crazy. So I just want to kind of talk about that, guys. It's a beautiful day. Grateful to be in your company. I want you guys to be able to join in and have this kind of a conversation with me. All this stuff is out here. Sweet Mambo just walked into the studio. It's wild. Oh, he's doing the little dance. He's here with us, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to tell you that I was kind of stalling for him to be able to get in here, but he's here now, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't seen him for a little while. He looked like he'd been on a cruise. Where you been? You got your hair cut low, ladies and gentlemen. In the studio with us, none other than Ian Thomas, all the way from Direct Marketers, being able to talk about us. What's going on around town? Talk to me about it, my brother. Say good afternoon to the people out there.
Good afternoon to the people out there.
Okay, I appreciate you. He's so,
I just do what you tell me to do.
I thank you, sir. You should. But Simon didn't say. Talk to me.
Simon didn't say. Absolutely
didn't say.
right. Can I say my spiel?
Go ahead. Say a spiel.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. My name is What is my name? Where are you from?
Ian.
Oh, that's my name. Ian.
That's what your mother named you.
I see it on my underwear now. My name is Ian Thomas. Hey, how you remember?
See, when we play on the pocket.
Remember back in the days when you had your underpants and it had the day on it?
Who jockey this is, baby?
And it's Thursday. It's Thursday and I went Tuesday underpants.
My God.
You know that's a vibe. Hey, man, listen here, Bahamas. Good afternoon. My name is Ian Thomas, and I am from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers, of course, is a marketing company, and we specialize in radio, TV, print, social media, and e-blast. So if you have a business or a business idea and you want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. 552-0212. One more time. 552-0212. Goes back. 552-0212. Oh, man. I like that song. Well, people stop me all the time and sing that song to me, Howard.
Really?
Yeah, they say Howard is good at that, man. So
really?
We're going to cut the album. It's going to come drop this fall.
What are we going to call it?
Yeah, we're going to call it No Diddy, No Doubt.
No Diddy?
No Diddy.
Absolutely no Diddy, sir. Let's be very clear about that. None. Nuns.
But nuns. None of nuns. Hey, man, okay, I get all kind of people to talk about. But Howard, can I give out your favorite number? I want to give out the number for Howard's favorite product. The bully pill.
Oh, so you need to stop.
Howard is in love.
I come against you right now.
Pill.
In Jesus' name, amen.
And he says, Ian, it make me feel so good.
I'm surprised that you didn't have your theme music today.
I know I bring the theme music today, man. Howard was in a rush, man.
Did Shabba call you and say?
No, Shabba say, man, look here. Every time you play that.
Warm and easy selector. You gotta bring us something.
Come down, my selector. Come down. We like coming down.
Good. I'm hoping that Shabba called you.
I'm serious, man. Hey, but listen here, man. If you are a man between 18 and 173, then you need this.
You got fellas listening. My God, I miss it by 1 year.
1 year. You need this bully pill. I mean, it is amazing. The cost is only $55. It's an all-natural pill. So if you're on any medication, let's say high blood pressure or diabetes, it's not going to affect you.
You better let these people know. Because these fellas will put every pill in their body. Let them know.
I know how.
Be decent.
I'm telling you, if you take this pill.
They're thinking with the southern region.
If you take this pill.
Who? Not me?
Not you.
Praise God.
But
if the pill is taken.
If the pill is taken.
Let's be decent.
You could be the hottest guy in the neighborhood.
You're wilding out.
You could be.
You're doing too much.
Yeah. You say, hey, what's your name? They call me Woody.
Really?
Woody.
We're going to go all the way back to Acme and WB Brothers?
Listen, your
Woody
man.
Woodpecker?
Woody Woodpecker. It's serious, man.
You are wilding out, sir.
Wilding right out.
Why didn't call you just Johnson?
Mr. Johnson, Woody Johnson. What school used to go to? Woodcock Primary.
You need to stop it, sir. You need to stop it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your bartender. You got a wing special in the back. 5 wings for $6.
Just let Mr. Johnson come to wings.
Hey, look here, man. Listen, man. Get this bully pill, man. Look here. You take this pill. 30 minutes.
Why did you bring this out first? Why would you talk about this first?
Man,
so your phone could go crazy. These old fellas listening to you right now.
All fellas. Listen, if things in the bedroom are not happening the way that you used to be happening, in the fire,
You have any wives that's called you for that?
Wives?
Tell me the truth.
No, I'm serious.
No, tell
I'm
me the
serious.
truth. Tell me the truth.
I've had.
Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth.
I've had.
Any wives that's called you?
Wives just call me. They say,
Hey, Ian, what you saying,
"Sir,
baby?
Ian, nothing happening."
Charlie, Ian, I've been married for 21 years.
Keep on going.
My God.
Yeah.
I love this man so bad, you know.
Yes.
And Jesus tell me I can't step out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
But God, you know. The man,
Keep on going now.
he been sleeping for a while.
Yes.
He hibernating? Yeah, he hibernating.
Yes. Go ahead, Howard.
How I can wake him up?
To wake up the sleeping giant. If nothing been happening in a while.
That's what the wives are saying.
It's for individuals who may be experiencing, if not full erectile dysfunction, but some type of small, I don't want to say trace or whatever.
It's like noodle.
Yeah.
Al dente.
Yes.
It's al dente.
The woman say, she asked her friend, she say, what is erectile dysfunction? She say, when your thing's sleeping.
Really?
But she didn't say things. She said the
little children in the car.
Ruff. She said when the ruff sleeping. She said yeah. So if you want to wake up that ruff, you want to turn that
would you
poodle.
talk about this first, sir?
If you want to turn that poodle into a raging pit bull to the Great Dane. Hey, listen,
the only way that you could fix this now is if we talk about DNA Direct at the end.
Yeah, we can talk about DNA Direct. But listen, man, get this. Howard, serious, man. Get the bully pill. Give me a call. Only $55. It's a bottle of 6. It's all natural. You're gonna have a great time. You and your partner. She's gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Like I said, I used to have a client. My oldest client was about 67. Now I have a client about 72. He loves it.
But you just disenfranchised some people that fell up by the age right now, 174.
The 174-year-olds.
I miss it by 1 year. You say 18 to 173.
18 to 173. Those guys are really doing it, and I'm so happy for them. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're a woman and you say, you know what, let me try to get something for this man because
is this the Father's Day present, sir?
Yeah, you can look at it as Father's Day present.
Is this the Father's Day present?
Yeah, some people ain't come close to that person in that bed for a long time. And it's kind of taboo because nobody wants to talk about it. A lot of things are taboo, and this is one of the things that people don't talk about. Everyone's not as fortunate as you, Howard, to still have that same energy and same zest and everything. It could also be due to the fact that you have such a beautiful wife, and you say, boom. Now, I'm not saying other people's wives are not beautiful, but sometimes people become
It's exactly what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that some people just it's the same old thing. Remember that old Eddie Murphy thing where it says, crackers again? Same old crackers?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Howard, you love crackers. You like to smash those crackers and jump on. Give me these crackers.
You do the
There it is.
It's actually cookies, okay?
They're finger licking good.
It's cookies. It's cookies.
Exit. Stage left.
And that's
I'm
the
out
Cookie
of
Monster.
here. Having some Megatroids. This
I
is
remember
wonderful. Gorgeous. Delicious even.
He'd watch all the old. You got my producer laughing. Stop it.
This is amazing.
So give the people a number for you.
Hey, man, listen, give me a call, man. 552-0212. 552-0212.
Let the people know that they can be able to get the
Get yourself them bully pills and carry on like a Don Dada in the bedroom. So, what are we talking about here today? We are talking about
who starts with bully pills. That is bananas.
Wait, lucky you want to. Who started with bully pills?
You can't get to the end of the conversation.
Who finished with bully pills? You talking?
That is crazy, sir.
Listen, Howard. I was on another show the other day, and I said to the person who was on the show with me, and I said, "I'm going on a date. Could be comprised of so many different things." And I told her that I think a nice date is taking someone fishing. Because it's different. She's like, oh, that's weird. No, but it's a nice fishing. You can go on a nice fishing date. Have you ever taken a woman fishing?
My wife.
Okay, that's wonderful. See, when I sit down with next woman and I tell her how I would say take you white fishing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you...
It wasn't a date, though.
It wasn't a date? It was just an outing?
Hey, you want to eat? Let's go.
Oh, okay then. Good. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Howard. You want to eat? Pocket. I want a broke pocket man.
Let's go. You want lobster?
Let's go get it.
Go dive. Let's dive.
Go there. Right? So, Howard, this company is called The Bait Mate. The Bait Mate. And it doesn't matter if you're a novice or a professional experienced fisherman. You are guaranteed to catch more fish.
There's something I want to say something to you.
Go ahead.
We get some time. So let's just be decent about this, okay? Mm-hmm. The issue that we have in our society right now is that there is a preconceived notion of how you court. And there's no consideration that this is courting anymore. that if you're sitting on the rock and we're throwing a thing out there, I could get to know you, you could get to know me. We're
Right.
having real conversations and we're enjoying ourselves together.
Right.
People don't get this in consideration.
No.
They believe that I got to spend $465,000
I was just gonna say
on
that.
a dinner for you and your friend, and I could go down to this bait made people and cook, and we could be able to cook the food right here.
Yeah.
See, a couple things happening one time when you get a woman fishing.
Go ahead, let me hear this.
I need to know if she know how to clean the fish.
Yes.
I need to know if she know how to season the fish. And then I need to know if she can know how to fry the fish.
Okay then.
All these things to say, I ready for marriage. Talk to me. My God, woman, you can cook.
Man, you saying
On the rock?
You
Out
saying,
here?
you saying
Let's get
everything.
married today.
Now you're saying, man, Howard, that's a wonderful thing.
I
The
smell
way you
like
just
fish,
said
though. I
it. So
smell
if
like
you're going
fish.
fishing,
How would I smell
what
like
do you
fish?
need? What do you need when you're going fishing?
Bait.
You need bait, and you need fishing rods.
Of course.
And the bait
Hold on.
bait.
You need fishing. Now, hold on now. This fishing rod thing is an evolving Bahamas.
Oh yeah, you could have just gone with a
We
piece
get with
of
the line.
pole and a line. Yeah. No,
What
but
pole?
yeah, okay.
You think it's Dennis the Man to say we don't need no pole?
No.
Just a line.
Just the line.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Well, if you want the fishing and the line, all them good stuff.
think it's Huckleberry Finn?
I want you guys to call the bait mate. Howard, write this number down, please, Howard. 395-44.
I like when they say bait mate.
45. Yes.
So get your bait and get your mate.
Get your. Oh, that's a good one. I never
like
thought
this.
about that.
Bait mate.
Bait mate. Yeah. Get your bait and bring your mate.
You need to start to be able to be more creative with these women, man.
Okay then.
They don't want to
So-
see us watching movie all the time. Netflix and chill all the time.
Yeah.
Now she got
Come
woman
at me for
sickness.
Netflix and chill. But then yeah, and your electricity off?
Of course.
Oh, so you know what time that is.
Bring the Generac generator.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bait me.
I can't believe this. So, listen, bait mate is guaranteed to help you guys land more bites. I'm telling you, when you use this bait. I went out and I used it before. There's secret formulated.
You been
mixture.
fishing?
I've been fishing, man. My uncle told me that fishing, if you go fishing, it can change your luck. So he told me that as a kid. And sometimes if you're feeling down or whatever, just go ahead and go fishing. Why? Because you really can't cheat in fishing. It's just all about throwing your line and sitting there and wait. It's a waiting game. But with using bait,
It teaches
mate-
patience.
It teaches patience. That's a wonderful way. I'm gonna incorporate
It
that.
teaches
into my
patience and the instant
Strip.
gratification. It strips that.
Yes.
This kind of an idea that you want it now.
Yes.
That it
And you
strips
can't.
that.
And you can't do anything.
But the gratification after you catch that big grouper.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And you say it's me. Yeah. You
that-
feel accomplished.
The anticipation is I got to do this again.
Yeah. Oh man.
I got to do
love
this
it.
again.
Yeah, I love it. I love what you're saying.
Praise
You're
God.
making this fishing thing real romantic for some of those people out there. So it doesn't matter if you guys are going out there looking for, fishing for snapper, grouper, jack, goggle eye, all that stuff. Once you use
garland.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
You
Yeah.
fishing for a garland?
Fishing for garland, yes. No matter what you're fishing for.
Sir,
Yeah.
the song says to us that we should not have married the garland.
Oh, you shouldn't marry the garland.
You going fishing for
You're
that?
fishing for the
You
garland.
need to stop, sir.
Man, listen, man. Hey, listen. Howard teaching me so much
I
things
just been
today,
decent
man. But like, guys, I want you to call the bait mate. The phone number. Howard, give me that phone number for the bait mate, please.
You didn't give it to me yet.
395.
You didn't see it.
4445.
Okay, this is the first time. 4445.
Give it to me, Howard. Give me that number.
395-4445.
Yeah, you can check them out on Facebook too, Howard.
3 4s.
Yes. And you can check them out on
4445.
Twitter. Sorry. Facebook, Twitter, maybe even Instagram. I'm not quite sure, but I think so. So if you go in there, these guys use the best.
This ain't Kong Slop Oni.
Formula. No, I'm glad that you
They got
said
other
that.
things like that. They got little squid and things like that.
Yes. So their bait is comprised of ballyhoo. Am I saying it properly? Because you're a real island guy. Ballyhoo.
We never use no ballyhoo.
Squid. Listen to me.
I know squid.
Shrimp. Chum. Silver slides. And pilchards. Is that the proper way to say it?
Pilchers.
Pilchards. Okay. Don't say the D.
Pilchers?
Pilchers.
How
or
did you say
pilchards?
it? Say it again.
Pilchards. I said with a D.
With a D?
Yeah.
You passed 10 to pilcher?
Oh,
so this
sorry
is
about that.
before the pilcher.
Okay, no,
This is not the-
see how it. You're trying to make your boy look dumb now.
No, I'm not going to fight you.
No, okay then. So
Pilchers.
pilchers. Yeah, just say Ian is pilchers, man. Don't say it like
I'm
that.
sorry, I didn't do that.
Okay then.
I love you, Ian.
Also, one piece of furniture, two pieces of furniture. People come furnitures, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. Okay, so let's go. The bait mate. You can check them out on Facebook, Twitter, maybe even Instagram.
And where they're located?
I like this guy so much. Howard, you don't have to worry about where they're located. They have a delivery service.
They can
So no
bring the
matter
bait to
where
me?
you are, they'll bring your bait to you. Even if you decide a late fishing trip and you might be at the dock, you say, oh my God, I want to get some nice bait. You hit them up, they'll come and they'll drop it off.
Suppose we at the location
That's
and
what
we
I'm saying.
fishing.
Yes.
They come bring it?
They'll come drop it off.
Right here in Nassau.
Right here in Nassau.
Okay.
So that's one of the things you want to talk about, their delivery service. Another thing is if you're trying to find where it is and go and pick it up, you can get it at 2 locations. You can visit them, not visit them. You can visit Rubis gas station at Sandy Port, or you can go to the marina at Palm Key. So out west, Rubis gas station at Sandy Port, or if you're in the east, you can go at Palm Key. They have 2 big giant freezers there. So that's the second thing I want to mention about them. So the first thing is the Baitmate does delivery no matter where you are. The second thing is that where you can find them, their product, at the gas station at Sandy Port Rubis or at the marina in Palm Key. Now the third thing, this is incredible, whether you're here in Nassau on the Family Islands, if you want to start a small business and you already have a location, they will come and set you up. They're going to buy your freezer, set it up at your location, fill it with product, and now you have another stream of income. Isn't that incredible?
Hold on.
You no money out of pocket for you.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So they are expanding.
Go ahead, Howard.
And they're using this franchised product.
Yes.
To be able to empower people and simultaneously empower themselves. This is ingenious.
Well, you was talk good here. I wish I could talk good.
This is ingenious.
That's very good.
So they're giving you a business.
They're giving you a business.
And a piece of the business.
Key and a piece of the business. You don't have to buy the freezer, what's expensive. You don't have to buy the product. They come and they give you it filled. Then now, so it's almost like consignment, if you think about it, right? Because the product is in the freezer. Once you sell out, you call them, they replenish it, they give you your check, saying thank you very much.
So they got all the logo and everything on it.
Everything that you need. Everything that you need. The Baitmate. I had people call me last week. What that number is too, because if you're like I said, an avid fisherman or whatever, a novice or just a beginner, whatever it is, this is ideal for you. Go ahead. You can buy your bait right from them. This is the number one bait.
So every convenience store that is near a ramp.
Yup. Go ahead, Howard.
Every convenience store that's near a ramp.
Yes.
Every convenience store that is on the northern shore.
Yes.
Of Nassau.
Yes.
And on the southern shore.
Family Islands too.
On the Family of Islands.
Yes, sir.
You can be able to give them a call.
Yes.
And they set you it up.
And you'll start a business generating money.
And it sound like the square footage that they're going to be able to take up is no more than 7x7.
It's minimal. It's minimal. It's not going to take up your a huge spot in your establishment. You're going to go there and you're going to start making money immediately. Not to mention, if we continue in the same trajectory, now they can be doing the marketing for you and letting people know, just like how I just told you where to find them at the Rubis gas station at Sandy Port and the other at the marina at Palm Key. Now you would be added to that list too. So now someone would say, come to Howard's blankety blank at blankety blank, and you can go ahead.
Sound very seductive, sir.
Yeah.
Howard's blankety blank.
Howard, come and check out my blankety blank.
That's too
Mother
much,
blank.
sir. This is too much.
If you don't carry your blankety blank.
What is Howard selling in this blankety
If you don't carry your blankety blank, the Howard blankety. That's a new company, Howard. You like that? Write that down by Howard's blankety blank.
I'll trademark it.
You trademark it.
Yes.
You say, what you sell? You say, come find out.
All right.
Look here. Howard, what the number is for the Baitmate? Stop laughing on these people radio. What the number is?
359-4445.
I tell you anything but 359.
That's what you said.
I say 395, but.
Okay, I write 395. 395.
Howard, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make a donation to Howard's.
For $1 a day.
To Howard's.
Cheaper than a cup of coffee. You could help
trying
Howard.
to get him to get his dyslexia sorted out.
Praise God.
Dial 395-4445. Go check him out. Give him a call and get the Baitmate and have the best bait on the market. It's #1 in North America, #1 all over the Caribbean, and you can have this bait and do all your fishing and collect and bring in all kind of fish that you want. Oh Lord, I ain't even talking about the thing. Also, everybody sells lines. Fishing rods that you have to assemble. They sell fishing rods, top of the line set fishing rods, not expensive, but they already come with the hook, line, and sinker already put together. So that's what a lot of people like about them. They also do the hook, line, and sinker.
So you can get your bait.
You get your bait.
So you could like have an impromptu date.
That's what. Go ahead, man. I ain't talking no more. Go ahead, Howard. Let me
see
hear
a little
this.
sweet thing in the can. We out here.
Yes.
We strolling. We don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You pop up to the gas station. Bap. The Baitmate thing set. All of a sudden you say,
yes,
let's do something
Daddy.
nice.
That's it. That's the vibe.
Let's do something nice.
Let's do something
Well,
nice.
what are we going to do, Howard?
I can put this thing on this vibe, drop that and that. My
Let's
sinker.
buy a rod, sinker, bait, and a little cooler.
Right.
And go and enjoy ourselves this evening.
Yeah, that's right.
That's nice.
Yeah. You're smooth. You're smooth,
This is
buddy.
nice.
Different.
Oh,
So give them a
Howard,
call,
it
like I
smell
said,
like
once more
fish.
time. 395-4445, 395-4445. That's the bait mate. Love that company.
I like this. You said there are Rubus and Sunnyport.
Yeah.
And they're also at the marina over at Palm Key.
You got it, Papi.
This is excellent stuff.
Yes. Now let's go to.
You got more things?
I got more things.
Well, let me
EcoFlow.
Let me take a commercial break.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me take a commercial break, and then we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with none other than Ian, all the way from Direct Marketers, being able to talk about these stuff. The bait mate is excellent. I told you, you should never start.
Mm-hmm.
You should never start.
What?
With a bedroom bully.
Oh.
That's how we end the thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You started off with the bedroom bully.
I started with
now people can't hear nothing they saying.
I know.
They calling everybody. What the number is? They got the glasses on their nose. What the number is? 5. Call the fella for me. I use the phone bill.
Harold, call that man for that thing here. You don't say, Harold, you get any Niagara?
Niagara.
After the woman say, you get any Niagara?
Let me take this commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take this break and be right back after this.
Stay informed with the Nassau Guardian, your news delivered. Are you tired of chasing down the latest news? Why not have it delivered right to your doorstep? The Nassau Guardian is now offering an unbeatable home delivery service. Special subscription rates. 3 months, just $44.80. 6 months, only $79.52. 1 year, an amazing value at $143.36. Your daily news fix all year round. Don't miss out on this opportunity to keep up with the latest in local and international news, sports, business, and entertainment. Subscribe today. Call us at 302-2360 or 302-2353. Our friendly staff is waiting to assist you with your subscription. The Nassau Guardian. We've got the news you need. Don't wait. Call now and let us bring the world to your door.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kingdom National Parkinson Foundation presents its 24th Charity Gala, Saturday, June 29, 2024, at the Grand Ballroom Grand Hyatt Bahama Convention Center. And here to set the mood right and the night tight is none other than international artist Johnny Gill.
You got me singing, good tonight.
Also the Defense Force Band and the Rhythm Band. You can purchase your tickets at Carey's Fabric on Mackey Street or Signature Styles Marathon Road. Cocktails at 6:45 p.m. and dinner at 7:45 p.m. And then you can have your fill of Johnny Gill.
God has blessed me. Let's get the mood right. Turn on your heart.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Are you looking for a hot deal this summer? Well, look no further because Marco's is here. We're giving you an offer you absolutely can't resist. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas and choose between a cheesy bread or Cinesquares for just $29. But hurry, because this deal is here for a limited time only. Head into your nearest Marco's or order online today at marcospizzabahamas.com. Nobody makes a pizza as good as we do.
Let's face it, life is hard, but your healthcare doesn't have to be. Give yourself peace of mind with LAMP plans at Doctors Hospital. Sign up today and enjoy the low-cost advantage. Get up to $5,000 in credit limit for non-covered services and 2 free nutritional consultations. Choose your plan today by visiting doctorshosp.com/LAMP. We make healthcare easy.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM Radio. Howard Grant in your company, the Foundation. Beautiful day, Thursday, here live and in full effect, being able to talk to none other than direct marketers for what they got going on down there. Now, we hear right off the bat the bait meat. I thought this was an excellent idea, excellent concept. Being able to get persons back. You can't say you're a fishing village. There's a couple of things that locals, let's just be decent, locals can't do: swim and fish.
Wow, that's amazing.
You can't swim, you can't fish. And we're an island nation that continues to be able to thrive and talk about these concepts and ideas.
Yep, definitely.
And when you find yourselves in this position and you got an Airbnb, listen, you don't really got to pay me for consultancy.
Wow, go ahead. Let me hear this.
You know, you got to pay me. I can need a check for these things.
Okay, then. Okay, yeah.
Oh, let me fix it now. Let's go.
Yeah, we can fix it.
Right. Now, so the bait mate creates these sort of, let them be able to put flyers in Airbnbs.
Right.
Okay, so you put the flyers in the Airbnbs.
Right.
They could be able to scan and identify where you could be able to pick up your stuff from when they start expanding. Right. So in the event that you're out here, you're not just being able to go to the beach, but you could enjoy a nice evening.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could show that. Right.
Yeah. You probably can even rent
the scanner. Also, when you scan on it, it could show you how to fish like a local. In the event that you want to be able to do something, this is exciting stuff.
Man, Howard, man, that's good. I'm gonna send this recording over to the owner of the company.
Tell them I want to give me a check.
Yeah, man, because
as a decent man,
Howard, you have some really great ideas, and that's one thing I like about coming here with you. We have a good time laughing and joking and everything and that. But on a serious tip, we kind of brainstorm and we come up with really great ideas and creative ideas on how to expand people's businesses and what they're doing to make it even better. So
I like what the bait mate did.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
No, see, let me tell you why. Because the truth of the matter is that when we look at this, people are traveling around the world right now, and they don't just want sun, sand, and sea.
No, they want experience.
Dubai has shown us that you could create this concept in the middle of a desert.
Right.
But what they need is an authentic Bahamian experience.
Yep, I love it.
That they can't change.
Right.
And the bait mate is facilitating an avenue that people can be able to do this with.
Wow. That's great. So it's going to take over from just going to Dowsville Street.
Okay, so let's just go.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up.
I'm sure we're not doing any fishing on Dowsville Street, so you might
Hey, listen up. You can pick up a couple goggle eyes from Dowsville Street.
It's goggle eyes.
Hey, listen, hey, Howard. Look
on East Street.
On East Street.
Where the Babbitts live.
Where the Babbitts live.
Okay, let's go ahead.
I ain't talking to the Babbitts for a while. Listen, EcoFlow. You know what EcoFlow is, right? It's a portable what? Portable generator. Come on, Howard.
This is what we just started to talk about.
EcoFlow. EcoFlow.
Yeah, because you keep Netflix and chill, but you ain't got no
I
power.
ain't got no power.
You got to carry your own power with you.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, my big generator is down. My generator guy, he said he can't get the part yet. And this is going on week 2. I am so upset. But my
power just cut off the other day.
Man, come on, man, don't say that because I have something to do tomorrow and I don't want the electricity to go off. On a serious
Power cut off last night. My 2-year-old come on, Daddy, the power off.
Yeah, but you're in the middle of town. I on another side.
Right here on East.
That's what I'm trying to. No, but you're more in the middle of town.
Yes,
that's a great place to be in the middle of town.
Yes.
That's a good place to be. I mean, without calling the actual location, that's a great place to be. But if you were unfortunate like Howard last night and you don't want to be like me in that predicament this weekend because I have a function. You want to get yourself the EcoFlow Delta Pro generator. It's a portable generator, and I speak about it all the time. They are celebrating their 500th generator that they've sold, and they want to tell Mr. Howard Grant, thank you so much, because this is a great
Grammy said,
vehicle.
don't take me with your hand swinging. Bring a generator.
Oh, okay. Don't come here. Boy, you have a generator, but don't come here with hard swinging. Howard, your tips are big. You like big tips. Listen here.
What you want me to do?
Yeah, man. Listen here. You don't have to be at the mercy of the power company. You want to get yourself an EcoFlow Delta Pro generator. It's portable. So if you're going to your family's house here locally in Nassau or maybe on the family island, you could carry it with you. How is it powered? It has a huge lithium battery, the same battery that Tesla has in their EV vehicles, the electric vehicles. It's the same. It's the same make as the batteries that they have, and it's long lasting.
Does it have like okay? So I saw some stuff.
Yes.
Online, I can't even recall the name if it's EcoFlow or not.
Mm-hmm.
But they have this kind of a roller. You could pop it out. It looks like a suitcase. You could drop it anywhere.
You're
plug
100.
It in, pop, pop,
You're
and knock it
100%.
right out.
100% correct. And what I like about it is that just like how we're here in the studio and you see these outlets around us, you can plug it in there. You can charge it up and turn it off, and it's going to hold its power until you need it. So when electricity goes out, bang.
For how long?
How long can you?
How long the power? How long can it be sustained like good power from this particular unit? Right?
Good.
Is
Between
it 8 hours?
6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8 hours.
That's a long time.
That's a whole work day.
And it can accommodate 15 different devices plugged in simultaneously. So you imagine
Little device or big device?
Say?
Little device or big device?
I'm going to tell you right now. You can have, imagine this, your television on, your refrigerator
Your
on.
65-inch television.
Your 65-inch television.
Your freezer with the top and bottom thing.
Very good.
Okay.
Fan, microwave.
The big fan. This
washer and
expensive
dryer in some instances, and even air condition.
You want to know.
That's a lot of power, hey. And if you need more power, it's upgradable. That
This
means
feel
you
like
can
it's too
connect-
good to be true.
It's a wonderful device. I love it. It's life-saving.
Air
It's
conditioned?
innovative. Yes.
They got to pay BPL too, you know.
Man, listen here. This is a great device. Why have they
What you
sold
doing
so
outside
many?
my house? Unplug that thing.
How come you all light off? You people pull up. They gonna pull out the drug cord, man. You ain't gonna do that no more. You can have your own device. I remember people driving through the corner, and it'll be a blackout in my neighborhood, and they'll drive to the corner and they go, "Yay, light is on," because they see my light is on, but they didn't realize I had a generator. So now I don't want to be the only person through the neighborhood that has a generator. I have the big one, like I said, and I have the portable one, the EcoFlow. Now you can have a lot of houses through the neighborhood with the lights on, and that's what their goal is. They want to have as many houses in the Bahamas be self-sufficient with their own generator, and it's not as expensive as you thought. Like those big boys, the big boys, you got to get a platform, you got to get the generator dropped off, you have to get a tank and all this stuff. This has no emissions emanating from it. It doesn't run with any diesel, gasoline, any propane tanks, nothing. You can keep it in your house. It's silent. It's absolutely silent. You're not going to hear anything. And you can take it wherever you want to place it. You can have it in the kitchen, in the bedroom, wherever it is. You plug in your devices. It's wonderful. Price-wise, you're looking at starting price $335 all the way up to $4,224.
The 335 can't hold all them things.
No, it's going to be upgradable. So that's what I'm trying to say. Starting at that, from $335 all the way up. If you have an electric vehicle, you can use it to power your electric vehicle as well. Yes. Individuals who have a solar panel on their roof, bang. You can use your solar panel, plug it into that, let it charge up your device, even at the same time as it's running and powering the stuff, all the devices in your house, in your building, in your home, wherever it is. It's a wonderful, innovative, it's life-changing.
So we start at 335. How far we can go with this?
Like I said, with the 335 package.
No, I'm saying you start at 335.
It started at 335.
This is only the appetizer.
Yes,
this
that's
is
the
a
appetizer.
starter.
Yes.
All right, so how much for the main course?
Well, so let's just say midway between that and the 4,224. But if you get that device, you don't have anything to worry about. Like I said, it's upgradable. So you individuals who have Airbnbs and apartments, this is ideal for you to add on to that. Or if you're an individual who lives in an Airbnb, who lives in an apartment, you can have your own and be all powered up. Now you are self-sufficient. You're going on a beach party, you can carry your device. You don't need all that gas and all that stuff like that.
So this could be able to charge up for them big speakers with this be out there
now you
on the beach.
This is a lot of power.
That boom.
Yes,
boom,
yes,
boom.
all the bass stuff. This is huge. It
And you ain't gonna hear
last.
that.
No, not at all.
In the bush?
Yeah, no, you don't got no generator. You're gonna hear nothing. It's silent. I have it inside one of my rooms. And now, like I told you, that my other generator is not working, I just plug my stuff right in, bang. Now, what you can do is you can even plug it directly into your panel You can probably let your electrician do it. Plug it directly into your panel, either your panel inside the house or your meter box outside, however you want to do, and it can power everything. But for more information, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to call Jennifer, Sean, or George. Jennifer, Sean, or George at 327-4504. 327-4504. You want the EcoFlow Delta Pro generator? Dial 327-4504. And it comes under the umbrella of the company JS Steel. JS Steel is a wonderful company that's been around for a long time. They're located right there on the six-legged roundabout, so it's not far. That's also kind of centrally located. Go down there, give them a call, check them out, and you're going to be so, so happy. You don't have to, when electricity go off, remember back in the days I used to go sit out by the beach until electricity come on, get all bite up by mosquitoes. No. Your generator is going to be right there, ready for you to plug in all your devices, and you'll be up and running. Fine. No more sweating, dead sweat when electricity go off in the nighttime. All this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, get yourself the EcoFlow Delta Pro generator. It's by JS Steel.
They sweating the dead sweat?
Yeah, man. Yes, but you ever wake up when the electricity go off and the heat wake you up?
Yeah.
And your bed soak. Seriously? Yeah. Seriously, man. Look at that. My phone going off crazy right now. I ain't gonna call your name. I see your name right there. It's a lady called Bernadette, but I ain't call your last name. People can know who you is. 327-4504. 327-4504. Get yourself an EcoFlow Delta Pro. You ain't got to be rich no more to have a generator. Thank the Lord. Yeah. So, staying on with power, one of my favorite companies, and I always talk about them, SHSS Electrical.
I passed it the other day.
They are located where, Howard? For $25.
Jerome?
You lie. They're on Chesapeake Road.
Chesapeake Road.
In the form
But you
of...
could get it from Jerome Avenue there.
Look at that. You believe you slick? Yes. You can get any
slick.
place from anywhere in Nassau.
Praise God.
On the road connected. But you slick, man. Now,
But you can get there from Jerome Avenue.
$3 worth. You can get there for $3 worth of bus sketch.
You can give me 250. You can give me 25. You give me 250. By God, give me something.
But SHSS Electrical, Howard, man, you know, hey, Howard, you doing stuff around your house. I ain't telling people what you're doing. And then I just finished doing some stuff. I'm still in the middle. If you are renovating or adding on or building or anything like that, you want to go to SHSS Electrical for all your electrical needs, especially if you are an electrician. If you're an electrician, I can't believe this, and you're going someplace else, I ain't going to call no other company name, Audi or Carmichael Road or Palmdale, you are a complete moron.
You can't tell the people they're moron.
Man, listen.
You can't tell the people they're moron.
Boy, where I them going? You get another place for electrical? That is a moron. A nerd. A dork. Can I call him a dork?
No, it's too much.
Okay, then. Can you still be a moron without being a dork?
I mean, I don't know. You put so much things on the people just now.
I can't. But listen, touch the person next to you in the car and say, you look like a dork. I want to be a moron. Okay, then. So whether you're a dork or a moron, you're going someplace else. Be intelligent. Be like Howard Grant. He and myself, we're going to go to SHSS Electrical. SHSS Electrical. What their phone number is. Howard, write this down, man. Because you don't like write things down.
Go ahead.
827-3150. 827-3150 or 821-3150. So you got 827-3150 or 821-3150. Right now they're giving away a free ceiling fan by the end of next month. Now, if you're doing anything for your home, your business, your church, or Airbnb, these guys have made the prices extremely low right now. The prices have been reduced. Listen to this. You can get a 2x4. That's a 2 feet by 4 foot LED flat panel lights. They were $99. Now $77. I can't believe this.
2 foot by 4 foot light?
LED flat panel lights, the one that go right on the ceiling. That's very very new,
for the
very
kitchen?
modern. Yes. Now you can get the 2x2 LED flat panel lights.
So you don't need the fluorescent light anymore?
No, boy. I get rid of that. Boy, my light looks so good in that kitchen. That's so bright. I need all them big bulbs and things like that no more. Mm-hmm. Listen now, you can get the 2x2 LED flat panel lights. They were $65 now, only $42.90. Listen, y'all don't tell nobody, yeah? Well, tell one or two people. You know what? Tell everybody, because I hear y'all talk. So, also, you can get a 4-foot universal LED bulbs, $15. I can't believe that. Other places, $6.60 at SHSS Electrical. Get the Duster Dawn LED floodlights with bulbs. These come with bulbs. They were $50. Now you only pay $22. You can get the Square D main breaker meter combo. That's the 8-space 16 circuit surface mount. They are available right now. You can get in the 150 amp or the 200 amp. Now just $350. Other places, man, I've been down there. People's trying to charge me up to $500. That ain't making no sense. So, SHSS Electrical, that's the store family. They're no longer in the Henry F. Store building on Mackey Street. They're now on Chesapeake Road in the former Minute Muffler building. So, what are you going to get? You're going to get all the Square D products you need: switches, combos, breakers, breaker panels, electrical wires, and meter cans. Plus, they're the #1 place for LED bulbs on the island in all the sizes and styles. Plus, they got an extensive selection of decorative ceiling fans and light fixtures, especially those ones equipped with the motion sensors. I got that. I use the motion sensors because instead of having lights on all night, when someone walks in the yard, it's illuminated, and like about 15 seconds later after they leave, it's turned off. So not that light, that electricity running the whole entire light. So get those, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you don't have to do what I do, but that's what I do. I use the motion sensors. That's good. So go down there, get yourself. They got the security lights with a motion sensor, like I said, and I convinced these people. I convinced these people to put $20,000 worth of merchandise on discount, and that's what they're doing. So you spend $50 or more, you're going to receive 10% discount. They also ship to the Family Island. Once again, SHSS Electrical, dial 827-3150, 827-3150. How would I get 4 minutes? Let me just say this. There's two last things. 827-3150. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you are tired of people looking into your yard. You want that privacy screen. Howard and I spoke about this on the weekend. You want to get that green privacy screen, that mesh that people can't see in your yard. Give me a call, Ian Thomas, 552-0212, 552-0212. It's that wonderful dark green color.
It really looks good, though.
Yeah, it's really good. It's easily affixed to any chain link fence, and it's only $189. 50 feet long, 6 feet tall. 50 feet long, 6 feet tall, $189. That's a wonderful price, Howard, for that green privacy screen.
I got to shout out. You said one more thing? Get one more thing.
I just got one more thing. Oh, I can tell you about about DNA Direct. If you're a man out there who needs to prove that you're not, that you need to prove that you're not the biological father of a child, or you're a woman. That you're
not.
Yes.
This is what men have to do.
Yes. Or you're a woman who wants to prove that, hey, Howard is my baby daddy.
Not Howard.
No. Let's just say the guy's name is Howard.
Yes. Hey, boy. You know my wife is cooked for me, you know. You think I want rat poison in my food?
So let's just say there's a guy out there named Howard, and he has a big mouth, right? He might be your baby daddy.
She must have been my daddy, not me. It ain't me.
But was he talking about your daddy? Talking about you. Listen here, man. You want to prove or disprove that you're the biological father of a child? Call DNA Direct at 324-0665. Get a DNA test for as low as $450. No needles or blood involved. It's easy. Now you can find out if someone's your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, or your grandparent with no needles involved. You get your results back in 7 to 10 business days. Call DNA Direct, 324-0665. It's only $450 for an informational test, and for tests for court purposes, for legal purposes, it's only $550. You can put half down, pay the balance when the results come in. Howard, it's a great day. I don't want to take up all your time because you want to say your goodbyes to your people. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear about any of these companies I spoke about today, SHSS Electrical for all your electrical needs, give me a call. Or EcoFlow Delta Pro to get yourself that portable generator. You can give me a call. Or you want to go on a nice date. You want to have the best bait when you're going fishing. Give me a call and I'll turn you onto the bait.
I think you structured that wrong. You want to go on a nice date and you have the best bait?
Go on a date. You want to go on a date, get bait mate, then you can go out of state and... Sorry. Man,
you structured it wrong.
Okay,
you structured it wrong.
Tell me it.
Go on a date, enjoy yourself, do something different, go fishing. Here's the bait. Yeah, that's what you do.
That's the bait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
man, man, listen, man.
Go on a date for get the best bait once you go to date.
Man, listen, I'm from the States, man, and I
sound a little Jello puddingy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's all a little jello pudding. Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name's Ian Thomas. I'm from Direct Marketers. Please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212, 552-0212, and get yourself the bully pills. You'll be just like Howard Grant, the hottest guy in the neighborhood.
You want to know, sir. You're doing way too much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so very kindly, Ian, my brother, you good, decent man, for allowing me to be able to talk about these things. Direct Marketers being able to talk about those stuff. Guys, I got to shout out again. I enjoyed this segment, really did. with Doctors Hospital being able to talk to us about sickle cell anemia. I get a couple questions for that, but you can check them out. Give them a call. You can be able to find them all over, but if you want to be able to get that screening for less than $20, you can do that. Give them a call, 427-7749, 427-7749. I got to shout out Kareem Hancho. For Fencing Rasta. Listen, Kareem, I need you to come to my yard to be able to do some things for me. He does. Okay. So you can be able to do these things and talk about some stuff like that. So got to shout out Kareem Hancho for being able to do those things. Guys, if you're in that space to be able to get some stuff done, remember, you can give me a call and we can be able to make some things happen right here on Small Business Thursdays. Give me a call, 827-0111, 827-0111. That's the show today, guys. I thank you so very kindly for being able to tune in with me today. We're going to see you tomorrow, God spare, right here on The Foundation.
Foundation.